Let's talk about some support.
Yeah,
How about that?
Let's do it.
Let's talk about On It. You know On It? You heard of On It?
I do, yeah.
Of course you have. Everyone has.
There you go. You're good. Just checking.
I don't need this.
Okay. Hey.
I need it. Anyway, On It. I got some more krill oil, so I'm good to go. Baseline. On It is a, what do you call them? A sponsor.
Supporter.
Yeah. So if you want to support this podcast and or yourself at the same time, and you're into supplements, you work out a lot, we recommend On It supplements. We take On It supplements. It's the only one, the best one. Anyway, if you want 10% off, onit.com/Jocko. That's how you get the 10% off. Anyway, yeah, that's a good one.
By the way, the last podcast, as people noted, we had Colonel Reeder on here, a Vietnam veteran, and I pre-briefed Echo. I said, look, this guy's flying in. He got up at 3 o'clock in the morning. He's coming in here at 6 o'clock at night to do a 3-hour podcast. He's been in a conference all day. When it comes to, time to go through your stuff, go through it quickly. And people said, hey, did you have Echo on a leash? And I said, we just pre-briefed. We're just respecting the Colonel's time. So I get the feeling right now we could be paying for that.
Right. Yeah, metaphorically, I did have a leash for sure.
Get it out there, man. Explain it up.
Usually I tell a cool story. Because it's not like, hey, take krill oil, and then I don't take krill oil. Yep. Or I take it and I'm like, whatever, this doesn't work. It works. So during the week, I work out and I kind of talk about my experience, positive or negative. But in this case, never negative because it actually works. It's one of the only supplement companies that will work. Anyway, I'm not going to go into any stories. I only worked out a few times this week, and it's all the same story.
Why did you only work out a few times this week?
Oh, various things.
Oh. Okay.
I worked out today. What?
Okay, no, I'm just making sure. It sounds like there might be some slack in the Echo's world now.
Yeah, maybe not. Nonetheless, even if I told you the story, it'd be a redundant story.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Then. Like my joints feel good. People know that already. Taking krill oil, that's what happens. Anyway, if you like these supplements. If you don't know about the supplements, get them. Make your own evaluation. You don't got to listen to me anymore. Anyway, so let's switch over to Amazon. Amazon click-through. So how that works is if you want to support this podcast, before you do your Amazon shopping, go to jockopodcast.com. Click on the Amazon banner. Then do your shopping. Supports. I made the sodium in the water analogy. When you... It's like, it's not just sodium. It's like potassium. It's like heavy metals, I think it's called. You throw them in water, boom, big explosion. I make the analogy that clicking through Amazon is a small action. Takes 3 seconds, right?
Yeah, maybe not even.
And you think, oh yeah, I'm going to, click through and I'm going to do my shopping. That doesn't, because of my action, my small action it's not a big deal. But here's the thing. That small action is a big deal. Just like sodium in water. So be the sodium. If you want to support. So click through and do your shopping. Boom. That's a good way to support podcasts. Also, subscribe if you haven't already on iTunes. Leave a review. Jocko reads them all.
iTunes, Stitcher, Google Play. Not everyone has an iPhone.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I always
Somebody asked about some other thing too. SoundCloud?
SoundCloud. So I'm not 100% sure of how that works. Okay. I explored SoundCloud before. Unless there's like a separate thing that does push.
I'm sure someone
podcast.
will let us know how to do that.
Yeah, if we're missing on SoundCloud, then yeah, I'm sure that should be where we should be as well. Anyway, subscribe.
But in the meantime, subscribe.
Yeah, to whatever the one that you're doing, Google Play, iTunes, whichever. Subscribe if you haven't already. Leave a review if you feel like it. YouTube, we have a YouTube channel. Subscribe to that one. Put more videos. I know before when you were watching, you were like, hey, these are just podcast videos, right?
No, there's some good stuff. You got some good stuff, man.
We do now, and that's the point. That's the point I'm making. So we put more videos on there now. Just made one, yesterday? Yeah. That'll be up soon. Anyway, subscribe to that if you haven't already. You'll get the alert.
Is that one going to be out by soon?
Yeah, a few days.
A new Echo Charles video?
Yeah, it's more mellow, more cerebral.
Oh. Stand by.
Yeah. Watch it. It's cool. It's fun, I guess. Anyway, if you have the inclination to get a T-shirt as well, Jocko has a store. It's called Jocko Store. URL jockostore.com. T-shirts, rash guards, patches, Velcro patches as well. The delivery time now from purchase to delivery is quicker now. Know that. So yeah, go on there, jockostore.com. If you like what you see, go ahead and grab one of that. That's a good way to support. There you go. But psychological warfare. If you don't know what psychological warfare is?
Yeah, I support it.
Oh, there you go. See? How can you not, really?
I mean, that's a rhetorical question.
Yeah, I think you're right about that. So, yeah, if you don't know, it's, when you have moments of weakness, if you're, getting up early in the morning, it's hard, I'm tired, I want to press snooze or whatever. Or you're going to, you're about to work out, but you'll skip the workout because you're not feeling like it. Moments of weakness. You get this album. You can download each individual track or the whole album, whatever. Jocko will get you through it. It's like a spot. Makes you want to do the workout, want to wake up early. Anyway, iTunes, Psychological Warfare. Search Psychological Warfare, Jocko Willink.
We're actually getting some requests now
for
other moments of weakness.
Yeah.
People are like, hey, this moment of weakness, we need a track. This moment of weakness, need a track. So,
like what?
I'm logging those down. Someone was saying, when I get tired.
Oh, right.
In other words, it's 10 o'clock at night. I'm getting tired. I still have work to do.
Yeah.
I think I'm just going to blow off the work and just go to sleep because that's the easy route.
Yeah.
Maybe we need a track for things like that.
Yeah.
It is possible.
And because, the whole thing biologically, when you hit the wall, right? That's your body really, in a way, saying like, hey, you're going too far. But nowadays in our environment, going too far is beneficial because you have this like other goal that your body in a way doesn't really know about. So psychological warfare will help you get past that
put your body in check.
Exactly right.
Get your mind in control.
Exactly what it does. Yeah. So anyway, jump on that, man. That's one that's supporting yourself fully. Anyway, it has been number one since the day it was released. Straight up.
That's pretty cool.
I'm not mad at that at all.
You know why that is?
Why?
Because
useful.
People are supporting the podcast, and that's pretty cool. So thank you for supporting the podcast.
Way less people skipping workouts. Way more people waking up early. Obviously. There you go. And those are the ways.
Also, while you're clicking through Amazon, you can pick up the books that we review on the podcast. Right? We just did My Captivity in Vietnam, Through the Valley, My Captivity in Vietnam, and it's a great book, but there's all the other books that we've reviewed on there are on there. On here are on there, so pick those up. Extreme Ownership. There's a little book. It's about combat, and it's about leadership. It's about combat leadership. Well, what else is there? What else would you want to read out? About Jocko White Tea. A couple things. Jocko White Tea. Some people call it Jocko White Tea. Mm-hmm. Some people call it the 8,000-pound deadlift solution.
Yep. Hell yeah.
Some people call it Kimura tea because apparently you're hitting Kimuras very solid.
I get good
when you get the tea on. Also, I've heard it called problem solver tea because the problems that you have, little bit of tea, all of a sudden problems are getting solved.
Yep.
So you can do that. And by the way, it sounds like, I'm just being, exaggerating or whatever. Mm-hmm. Factual.
Yeah.
147% factual. Order tea, Amazon. You can also pre-order Way of the Warrior Kid. And when people read this book, it's sort of like when people tasted the tea. We're going to have a supply issue. I'm telling you. So just order it. If you order it now, that way you get a copy, and that way you won't be wondering why all these kids are out there getting after it, and you're going, what's happening? Yeah. No, you'll know. Yeah. You'll know why they're getting after it. Yeah. Way of the Warrior Kid. And lastly, also, if you haven't signed up to come to the muster, number 3 muster in New York City, May 4th and 5th, do it ASAP. I've been seeing a bunch of folks on social media. They're saying that they're going to be there. So look forward to seeing everyone. It's going to be awesome. Obviously, I'm going to be there. Leif is going to be there. JP is going to be there. Dave Burke is going to be there. You haven't met Dave Burke yet. He's coming.
I hear good things.
Oh, yeah. You're going to hear some real good things from Dave Burke. And if none of that really motivates you and gets you in the game, because not hardcore enough and you really need to get nuts, well, guess what? Don't worry. We got you covered because Echo Charles is going to be there. Echo Charles is going to be there. Come on down. There's not going to be any hiding behind a curtain. There's no backstage divas at this gig. We're going to be out front with everybody, interacting, solving problems, finding solutions, and basically just getting after it. So come on down to the muster. And if you want to give us feedback or comments or continue this little conversation that we're having right here, you can find us on the interwebs. That means basically we're talking about Twitter. Mm-hmm. We're talking about Instagram as well.
Sure.
And then again, we're also talking about that Facebook. So Andy, what are you on those?
Oh man. On the Instagram, it's my name, Andy Stumpf 212. Very original.
Okay.
I think Twitter is Andy Stumpf 77. Also original.
And you're on Facebook?
The Book of Faces, yes. I'm contractually obligated to be on there.
Oh, yeah.
Nice. And Echo is at Echo Charles, and I am at Jocko Willink. Echo,
yes.
Do you have anything this evening that you want to add to this podcast?
Man, that's it. You know, usually I have some expanding question on, but man, you nail it. You're very articulate. Yeah.
I use the words I understand. It's 2 syllables or less.
Yeah. Dang. Solid. Man, thanks for coming, man.
Great to meet you, man.
Right on. You too.